guitarist, and welcome to another episode of Not Quite Right Guitars. Today we're going to be talking about pedal boards. Today I was originally just going to do a review of a new pedal I got in today, the Jimi Fuzz from Stritch. I got off of Amazon for around 25 bucks. But then I also got another pedal that I got used from Guitar Center for about 25 bucks that came in today, called the Joyo American Sound, that has really shocked me. So far, it's really awesome pedal. But in real quick side note, while we're talking about pedals and shipping and all that, I just got a notification that my Marshall 1959 pedal has been shipped today. So look forward to seeing if we can make 3 not Marshall amps sound like Marshalls in about a week or so. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So anyway, I got these pedals in, and it got me messing around with my pedal board, and I realized there's 2 pedals that I use all the time no matter what I have on there, and that's my compressor and my EQ pedal. I like the compressor because, at least in my mind, it might not even be true, I feel like it kind of tightens up the sound, because that's what it's supposed to do. But then it offers me an extra level of EQ because it has a tone knob on it. That's why I use the Caline pressure tank. That's what made me buy it. It was used at a music shop for 20 bucks, but it had a tone knob on it, and I really liked that because my other cheap one didn't. It had like 1 knob. And then I have a Caline, oddly enough, 10-band EQ, and that thing is just so much fun because once you start learning the different frequencies and start messing with them, like I've got, like the 500 frequency, 500K is one I usually like to raise up. But you can mess with the individual frequencies and really dial in a tone like almost limitless. I mean, obviously there is a limitation, but it's in the mathematical numbers that we can't, I can't calculate. Maybe you guys can, but really, you really have like practically limitless, tone shaping when you have a 10-band EQ, and it also has a level or a gain level on it, so you can add an extra layer of boost with it. So that's why I wanted to just touch on those 2 things. I'm not really going to spend all day just, let's go into the pedal board. This is the power supply. But, having yourself a good compressor and EQ just adds you a whole nother layer of shaping your tone, and especially the EQ. But the compressor also, like mine anyway, I've noticed it adds a lot of sustain on guitars that maybe don't have as much as, say a Les Paul or something like that. But I get some really nice ring and sustain when I click on that thing. So I just wanted to touch on those 2 guys real quick before we run through, and I'll show you some demos of this Jimi Fuzz and this Joyo American Sound, which they call it the American Sound, but I'll be darned if it don't sound like a crank Marshall to me. So give me 1 sec, switch gears here, and we'll get into that Jimi Fuzz. Alright, we're back here, and I've got the Jimi Fuzz on, and even though I said I don't run without my compressor and EQ, I've got those off right now. So this is just the Jimi Fuzz, and then I've got my Sentry noise gate at the end to try to keep down some of the racket. Although, if you saw my review of this amp, there it goes. Yeah, I think some of the tubes are on their way out. They're the original ones, so they're almost 25 years old. So but they start making some noise here and there. I don't know. It's not been a big deal to me, but so if you hear some weird squealing and whatnot, it's just this guy. Oh, and by the way, I'm just running this through. It's 1x12. I do have a habit of running things through other cabinets, but for this, I just wanted to keep it simple, so we're just running through its internal stock Bugera 112. And so this is what we sound like with nothing on. Telecaster, which has got a hot rail in the bridge and a mini humbucker in the neck. Both of them are splittable, so which I will do on and off throughout this. So let's click on this Jimi Fuzz just by itself without my compressor and EQ on it. And I've got the volume at about 2 o'clock, the gain at about 2 o'clock, and tone at about 2 o'clock. Everything's looking kind of like that right now. pretty daggone good. I ain't gonna lie. And just to be clear, just want to clarify, it's called the Jimi Fuzz Vintage Germanium Fuzz. I've heard this word germanium here recently. I understand it's an element, but I don't really understand what's the draw as far as guitar or whatever, but it's one of those, so that's pretty cool. I think it sounds awesome though, and really even, like I said, my compressor adds sustain, but this thing's ringing like I'm gonna switch to this neck mini humbucker. That's a pretty sweet Jimi Fuzz. I mean, I think they got a pretty good name for it, And the tone knob actually, you roll it all the way off, it's real bassy. You roll it all the other way, it's real treble. Right in the middle. Pretty sweet. I've never played an actual Jim Dunlop fuzz face. That's what actually I searched out. Oh, I hit search for that, and this popped up in the feed, and it was a fraction of the price of the real thing, so I got it, and I dig it. But not to disparage that pedal at all, but this Joyo American Sound, who I got referred to by my fellow YouTuber, good buddy, Kadeem Ward. So hop over and follow him at Kadeem Ward. He's got some awesome music, man, and he's really cool stuff. But this is a pedal he uses a lot, and they call it the American Sound, and like I said earlier, I feel like it sounds a lot like a crank Marshall. Real quick, let me pop her off of here so you can see some stuff. I like that it's got a bass, middle, and treble, so it's got a full EQ section, and then you've got your level, and then your gain, but then this voice knob, which is really like a second gain knob, because if you have the gain off and just crank that voice all the way up, you get a nice overdriven sound. So let me hook it right back up and show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so I got the gain down and the voice knob up. I'm going to gain up about 9, 10 o'clock, I guess you'd say. You got to have it up somewhere, it doesn't come through. But that a Marshall does. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I'm sure there'll be somebody to tell me I'm absolutely crazy, but I like it, man. I really, really like it. Now we crank up the gain. Just a minute, Tater Bubba. We'll turn the gain to about 3 o'clock. My level is about 1 o'clock. I got the voice all the way down. So far, I'm really liking that. And then good amount of bass, a little bit of mids, trebles about 1. So far, I have not had my compressor or EQ on. I'm gonna go ahead and pop both of those on and see what y'all think of the difference. Maybe I'm full of shit. I think that sounds freaking awesome. And I mean, that was a pedal I got for $25. And thank you. You see that? So you're welcome. To be fair, this amp does have EL84, so they are a Marshall, you know, the same type of tubes that a lot of Marshalls have. But anyway, I'm not saying this American sounds a Marshall in a box, but I definitely think it sounds awesome. And I like the little bit of added richness the EQ and compressor adds. I know it's not like a huge, you know, night and day difference, but it definitely, I just feel like it makes it feel complete, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. It just feels right once I have it all together. So, if you hung out with me this long, I'd appreciate it if you give me a like and subscribe. It really does help a lot. It doesn't, you know, especially just hitting that like button, you know, doesn't take much, and it seriously helps out my channel a lot. You know, I'm just starting from nothing and I'm nobody, so any bit of help you guys give me, I appreciate it. And as I always say, if there's any suggestions you'd like to see, someone suggested something about my 69 vibe, I broke it on accident, so I'm gonna try to fix it, but yeah, I kind of broke it trying to adjust it. So be careful doing your own DIY stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna close you out with some tones here, some sounds. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate everybody, and I love all of y'all as, you know, as human beings. We're all one family here on this planet, so we might as well get along.